to go. Awesome. Awesome. All right, guys. So let's talk about this. This is super cool. I'm really excited about, I'm going to put forth some ideas regarding the vacation incentives and what we can do with these incentives. And I'm excited to see what ideas that you guys have that you're going to put in place that we necessarily might not be coming up with here. So I'll go over this. I'll go over some ideas, some ad copy, some landing pages for you, some very basic stuff. Yeah, it's a red screen, Eric. If it hurts your eyes, I'm sorry, man. Don't punch your computer. But let's go over this and let's check it out. And as always, if you guys have something to say or you guys want to add in some feedback, be welcome to unmute your screen and just be aware all these calls are recorded for quality. So let's dive into it. So I want to start off with a reminder on why people love experiences over things. If you're a newbie, this is going to be super important. If you guys have been running ads for a while, you already know what this is all about, right? So society moves at such a fast pace, right? And there are always long to-do lists and there's pressure and we need to do more in less time. There's kids, there's business, all this stuff going on, right? And society also pressures us to have things. That's why we get credit cards. That's why we take out loans sometimes. We go buy a car, we go buy a TV. So when we become so caught up in these moments, we don't focus on our relationships and our well-being and our happiness. So what happens is when we put experiences in front of people, people begin to crave experiences, right? Because that naturally turns us back to what's important in life, right? So important in life in terms of relationships, in terms of well-being, in terms of happiness. So that's a little bit behind the psychology why experiences work so much better, than actual things that you can give away. And it reminds us of what's important. So experiences, again, they create hope, excitement, positivity, and they create an outlook for the future. So if I know there was some people in here when they started, they tried giving away like a 75-inch TV, and it was just like a huge flop, right? People already have TVs. People can take out a credit line and go get a TV. Like, it's not a big deal when it comes to things. But for those of you that have experienced the power of giveaways for experiences, AKA zoos, concert tickets, all that different stuff, it's so much more powerful because they get excited. And again, it takes them back to connecting with their family and creating memories, right? So let's talk about Incentive Biz. This is the name of the company, of the service that you guys would be using. This is who I'm using right now, that provides these vacations or these getaways, right? So they offer an unlimited amount of vacation vouchers to your prospects and customers. These are digital vouchers or physical vouchers. So our guys like that like to do in-person events or live events or like doing raffles, like Max Spade out there in New York. You guys can purchase the physical vouchers and get people excited about something physical too. And what the customer is only responsible to pay for is the daily tax. So you'll see, I'll show you guys an example of what the voucher actually looks like. But essentially what's happening is you just put the name and the email of the person and whoever you want to give the voucher to. And before they can book the vacation, they do have to pay the city tax before they're able to book their dates. So if it's a 4-night stay, they're looking between $50 and $60, if that makes sense. So let's jump to the website and let's see what Incentive Biz is all about, right? So I'm going to copy this now, and we're going to open up a new tab, and we'll make this a little bit bigger so you guys can check it out. You guys still see my screen? All right. Ricky, I'm horrible at compliance and I'm horrible at following the rules. If someone can answer that question, can we as the agency owner cover the tax? I'm sure you can. It's up to you guys on what you want to do. All right, so this is Incentive Biz, and let me just double check again to make sure that the audio on the computer is coming out. All right, perfect. And I'm gonna play a 2-minute video, guys. Yeah, that's gonna be a GIF like Greg says, so check the state rules. I'm gonna play the video so you guys can see how it works, okay? So sit tight, this is about 2 minutes.
The founders of Incentive Biz have been using incentives to create customer behavior for almost 15 years. And they have created a way for you to get more sales, leads, referrals, testimonials, and reviews by giving your customers free vacations. Sounds too good to be true? It's not. We've already given away over 50,000 trips using this exact system. Here's how we do it. We have partnered with the fastest growing online travel company in the world that has generated over 3.7 million Facebook fans, over $150 million in sales, and received over 17,000 customer video testimonials. Our partner books resorts, transfers, tours, excursions, show tickets, and much more. So when they give away these vacations, they wind up making money on the back end if people upgrade their package or book additional services. Plus, they get so many referrals on social media from customers talking about their free vacation that they wind up booking even more customers who pay retail. For less than a cup of coffee, Incentive Biz will allow you to provide a high-value vacation incentive to your customers. These work for virtually any type of business to dramatically increase leads and sales. Online stores are using them by giving away a free vacation to anyone who spends $50 or more online. It's being used to create massive profits, generating online leads for real estate, direct sales, insurance, and much more. Others are using them to run highly viral social media contests that convert into tons of sales. The opportunities are endless. Incentive Biz makes it easy to award free vacations to your customers by giving you two options. First are printed vacation certificates that are mailed right to your door, so you can hand them to your customers in person. Or second, our digital subscription service that allows you to send a personalized email letting your customer know they've just been awarded a free vacation, compliments of your company. Your customer does not have to attend a timeshare presentation, and their only obligation is the $20 per night resort taxes. And they will have 18 months to choose their travel dates. Imagine what this could do for your business. Try out our incentives today with our money-back guarantee.
Okay, that's enough. All right, so you guys get the idea, right? So essentially what's happening here is it's not really a too good to be true thing, because the way that these people make money is they give out these vouchers, or they allow marketers or business owners like us to give out these vouchers, and customers tend to upgrade their stay on the back end, so they can upgrade to a suite. They can add an additional 3 to 4 days. They can do all of this different stuff to upgrade their stays. So that's how these people make money. On top of that, they make money with the subscription service that they charge, which is $35 a month. So the destinations that they do offer, and I'll go into detail on the terms and conditions in case you guys have questions. So they got Tenerife in Italy, Orlando, Vegas, Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, Puerto Peñasco, Acapulco, all these places in Mexico, Cancun. And then they have some American getaways. They have Williamsburg, they have Gatlinburg, they have Branson. And they have another one. They have one more in Tennessee, I think, that's not on here. So that's essentially how it works. So the really cool thing about this is you guys don't have to purchase the paper certificates. If you guys want to do that, might be a good idea. Like if you guys are having a live event, you guys can go out and purchase these. So, you can go purchase a bulk of a 50 pack of Vegas vouchers. And that way there's something tangible. If I was you and you guys want to do something like this, I would make it myself, like with Canva, and then get it printed really high quality. Might be the same price, who knows? But you could probably get it cheaper, but in case you guys want to do the actual physical product. So I want to log in and show you guys how all this works. Anybody have any questions so far on the process or how any of this works?
Frank, have you actually gone on one of these trips?
I haven't gone on one, but I've already claimed one of my vouchers. And what happens is once you pay for the city tax, you can either call a number to book your dates, and you get connected directly to the hotel or the resort. And then it's booked that way, or you can book it online. So I haven't booked a stay anywhere just yet, and I haven't gone on any of these trips. But when you get the voucher, it gives you the details on the hotel. So this is how easy it is, guys. Someone give me an email address in the chat bar, and I'm going to send it to myself too. So this says here, complimentary vacation incentives. Fill out the form below digitally to deliver a free 5-night Mexico beachfront vacation or a 3-night US vacation to your recipient. So I'm going to pick, let's see, I can't pick Ricky because that's cheating. Let's go with Joseph Sanfratello, and I'm going to send this to Joseph so he can check it out. And Joseph, we're going to send you to Cancun. Oh yeah. And I'm also going to send myself one so you guys can check it out too. And you guys can see the process. So as you can see, super easy to send these vouchers out. Really what you're worried about at this point is just the customer is really responsible for all of the back end, like follow-up, scheduling, claiming the voucher, scheduling, everything else. So when you get the email, this is what it looks like. So it'll say, hey, Frank, congratulations. You've been awarded a free 5-night vacation to Mexico, Palace Riviera Maya in Cancun, Mexico. Click here to activate your free vacation. This vacation was given to you by Insurely LLC. So the cool thing is you guys can definitely use this for agency awareness in the community. And when you're sending these out, it has your business name, right? The rules are you have 7 days from today to activate your vacation before it expires. After activation, you'll have 18 months to choose your preferred travel date. So once they pay for the city tax of said vacation, then what happens is they have basically a year and a half to get the vacation booked. So if we take a look at what happens when they click on the link, it gives them pictures of the resort of where they're going to stay. And then this is what it looks like. And then they also have some testimonials. So if you scroll down, there's some people here of, why you should use it. And they have to try a little bit harder on this page for the upsell, because remember, you can either call to activate it, but if we click, what happens, it takes you, the first thing you do, it takes you to a payment page, which is this, first name, last name, email, number. And before you can schedule your vacation, you have to take care of the city tax. So in this case for the Cancun, it's $98, so $100. And once you pay that, you will be able to book the vacation. Does that make sense to everybody? In case you guys want to explain this to your prospects or to your customers or something. So it tells them the value. Hey, it's valued at $1,500. You're only responsible for the $19.70 per night tax. And remember too, guys, that flights are not included in this. So you guys obviously have to make sure to let them know, hey, we're covering the cost of your stay. But if you guys want to fly out to Cancun, that's going to be on you. Or you guys can make that all inclusive or whatever you want to do. Does that make sense to everybody? Give a client 100 prepaid Visa card to cover that. Sure. Do you have to buy in bulk? Not really sure what you mean there, Doug. So essentially how the website works is you don't have to buy anything in bulk. So what this costs is $37 a month for you to have access to the service. And with that $37 a month, you have the ability to give away free vouchers to as many people as you want. So you're not really buying anything in bulk. You're just subscribing to the service and you're sending emails out to wherever you want to go. So we want to go to Disney World maybe in November. So we're going to try out the Orlando one and just pay for our flights. It's pretty cheap from Arizona. So that's how the vouchers work. So with that being said, any questions on this? I'm gonna dive in a little bit more to the system, but it's not. I haven't positioned it just yet, so I got to go back to the presentation. Any questions on any of this?
Frank.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, on the surface, it just seems a little sketchy. How would you know that once the client got there, that they weren't going to constantly be in, have to go on a timeshare presentation or have to be upsold the entire time they're there? I'd be a little concerned that my clients, once they got there, would have a bad experience.
Sure. So part of the terms and conditions, which I'll go over in a quick second, show that there are no presentations required, no upsells required in order for you to claim this. So as soon as they pay for the VAT or for the city tax, the vacation is booked and it's there. So there's nothing happening at that specific location in order for them to enjoy the stay. Remember, timeshares, when you go to a timeshare presentation, or we fell to this trap when we barely got married, they said, hey, new married couples, we're going to give you a free honeymoon to Cancun, right? All you got to do is come to our presentation. Typically, the presentation happens before the incentive. Does that make sense? So in this case, we're giving the incentive first, And our version of the timeshare presentation is giving them a quote. Does that make sense? So we're getting rid of that presentation thing. That's not happening when they're there at the stay.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so you guys don't actually have to worry about it. Candace, has anybody actually been on any of the trips? Yeah, so you'll see a bunch of videos on the website, Candace, of people recording themselves at the hotels and giving their testimonials and their experiences. You can actually Google some reviews online of Incentive Biz, and they have, their hotel reviews and how everything was. Again, it's basically a voucher just covering the amount of your stay. So 3 nights in Vegas, 4 nights, 5 nights in Mexico. We pay for your hotel, but it's up to you to get there. You have to fly there, you have to drive there in order to get there. So it's not an all-inclusive vacation, but it's more of a taking care of your getaway, if that makes sense. Can we send these to everyone who gets a quote? You absolutely can, Keith. You absolutely can. And I would expect that not everyone's going to claim these vouchers. Like, you can send these vouchers out, but it doesn't mean that someone's going to pay $98 the city tax in order to get it booked right away, right? So that's part of the reason why it's unlimited, because not everyone's going to pay the city tax right off the bat. Todd Payne, can you give yourself a voucher to yourself? Hell yeah, you can, bro. So like you just saw, I sent myself a voucher right now, and all I have to do is, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's perfect. All you have to do is pay the city tax and you can go on the vacation. Yeah, so let's go over a few more details. So how can we use Incentive Biz, right? So this is where we get into the marketing piece of what we're doing. So here's the difference, guys. It's a voucher system, not a giveaway system, and these things are different. If you don't know what I mean, I'll get into that in a little bit. So here's an example of what you would say on the phone, or what you would say in an email or in an ad copy on Facebook. So a voucher system sounds like this. We have 47 vouchers available for a 3-night stay in whatever, right? It's on a first come, first served basis. Click below to claim yours. So when we are talking about a voucher system, it means we technically have an unlimited amount of vouchers, right? But for the purpose of marketing, we want to create some scarcity in order to create some urgency. So that's the first piece of what we're talking about here, is we have a limited X amount of vouchers available for this stay in Vegas, but it's also on a first come, first served basis. So Mr. Prospect, it's in your interest to claim your voucher by following the rules as fast as possible. Versus a giveaway, we say, hey, we have 4 tickets to a Justin Timberlake that we're gonna give away to 1 lucky family. So if you wanna be entered into a raffle, right, it's gonna be random. We're gonna pick a person at random, get a quote below. So you can get 300 entries, but that only means that 1 actual person is gonna get those tickets. Whereas a voucher system, everyone has the ability to claim the voucher, and the only thing they have to do is get a quote. Does a voucher system make sense to everybody versus a giveaway, or no? Yes, cool. As you guys continue to study marketing and on Facebook, if you guys purchase other Facebook marketing programs that do not relate to insurance, you'll come to learn that in the dentistry world, in the chiropractic world, in the roofing world, in all of these services, the way that they get tons of customers. If you guys want a secret on how to help your commercial clients, or maybe even help make some extra money on the side, create a voucher system for small business. And I'll give you an example. Let's say there's a new pizza place that opened up down the block. We have 47 vouchers available for 50% off your first meal on a first come, first served basis. Does that make sense? So everyone that goes through the funnel gets the voucher, but it's designed to create business awareness for whatever business we're advertising. So in our case, we are using vouchers to create awareness for our agency in the local community. So the goal is to create scarcity, right? Let's go over some ad copy examples, and I'll put these in the chat bar. That way you guys can copy and paste them. And again, think about the voucher system, not the giveaway system. So let's talk about agency awareness. So this is where you guys use your agency business page and target maybe like a 30-mile radius around your office to create some awareness in the community. So this is something, it would sound something like this. So San Antonio residents, we're doing something amazing for the San Antonio community to promote our insurance agency. We're giving away a 4-day, 3-night trip to Cancun on us. Only 47 vouchers are available. All you have to do is get a free, no obligation quote from our insurance team. And then a little stars at the bottom of the ad copy we have, no presentation and no purchase necessary. And then our call to action at the bottom is claim your trip and save money on us by clicking below. So I don't have any specific forms to go here. Reason being is because all of us are using different things, and all of those things work differently for all of us. So if you want to, there's an ad copy in the chat bar right there for local awareness. So if you guys want to use a Facebook lead form, if you guys want to use a Woofu form, if you guys want to put together a lead page for those of you using Survey Gizmo, whatever you want to do, this is a pretty easy thing to start collecting entries for. And the money's really going to be all in the targeting. I mean, if I was you, I would probably target families. You know, you got your soccer moms that you can also put in there. You know, there's also behaviors of people that like to take trips. You could filter out your zip codes, you know, filter out marital status, and control what you guys are seeing. For those of you using Survey Gizmo, you guys can disqualify bad leads for the answers that you don't like, if they're renters, so on and so forth, if you only want homeowners. So there's just so much creativity that you can go with. So this is an ad copy that you guys can slap on Facebook, and you can make the creativity your own. If you guys want some landing pages and you want to know what it should look like, I could put one together in about 5 minutes and put it in the group after the call. Any questions about local awareness giveaways? Yeah, dude, if you guys are in the East Coast, people will go crazy for a voucher to Orlando because of Disneyland. It's true. Tanya, yeah, you can do it from the incognito page if you don't want to promote your local agency on Facebook. That's fine. I mean, the wording would sound the same. I guess the only thing you would have to do is we're doing something amazing for the San Antonio community, and take out that last part that says to promote our insurance agency. I don't know why you would do that, but if you're concerned about compliance, that makes sense. But I would run this from your agency page to get some likes, some engagement, and get your page taken off, and that way people can know who you guys are in the community. See any other questions? Keith, you could totally target soccer moms, bro. Yes, you can target soccer moms, and that's actually a really good demographic because they tend to those families tend to own their home. They have multiple vehicles. They have children, and if you don't know how to do that, just type in soccer moms on Facebook, and you will see that demographic will come out. Ricky says, I see this is getting a lot of attention for your agency page and traffic to your site. Heck yeah. For those independent agents, you guys can pick, if you guys pixel your business website, I mean, you guys can track thousands and thousands and thousands of visitors and create campaigns from there, from people who just visited your site. Let's talk about parents. Steve, so would you advise engagement or traffic ad? I'm thinking you wanted to go viral. Yeah, so I've talked about this before, and I'll just mention it again. So on Facebook, think of Facebook targeting or objectives as a pie, right? It's a big pie. When you use clicks or conversions, you're only getting a piece of the audience that you're targeting. When you use engagements, it's another one. So lead forms, it's another one. So they're all pieces of the pie. So in order for us to get the maximum results from each audience that we're targeting, so let's say we have 100,000 parents in Maryland, right, Steve? You would probably want to start with page post engagement, and then you probably want to put out another ad with the same ad ID for click to websites, maybe another one for lead forms. So instead of going $30 a day on engagement, you could do 10 on engagement, 10 on clicks. It's a little bit advanced, but you guys can keep it simple and just go all in on engagement or all in on clicks, whatever floats your boat. Atlanta to Orlando, not a bad drive. Yeah, Lori, that's true. I'm on the West Coast, so like from Arizona to Los Angeles, it's like a 8-9 hour drive, but I forget the East Coast is a lot more condensed. So things aren't so far away from each other. So, all right, let's talk about parents. For those of you that are creative, you guys can make this into something else. So this is Parent Appreciation Getaway. And you guys can target families with this. Again, the soccer moms, all of that stuff. We have 21 vouchers for a 4-day, 3-night Gatlinburg getaway. All you have to do is get an obligation quote. Same ad copy, right? We give special discounts to parents in South Carolina. No purchase necessary, no presentations to attend. So we have a client right now in South Carolina when we're running this ad copy for parents in, I think it's like 6 or 7 zip codes. So we have like 20,000 people in the funnel. And he's getting $1 long form leads through Survey Gizmo right now. So there are about 19 questions they have to answer. And on the data on Survey Gizmo, I think it's like 63% of them are homeowners. So this funnel's rocking pretty good. So this is a really good example of something else that you guys can do. Let's talk about Infinity ads, right? Those of you with farmers agencies, those of you that have affinity programs, if you're with Nationwide, I think Liberty Mutual does some too. It doesn't have to be an employer ad. You guys can say, Maryland Registered Nurse Vacation Program, right? Or let's say Teacher Appreciation Program. We have 21 vouchers for a 4-day, 3-night Vegas getaway available to GM employees, available to nurses, available to teachers. All you have to do is get an obligation quote, yada, 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 same stuff, and then save money on us and take a trip, or save money and take a trip on us. So again, affinity referring to a specific group of people. It can be, again, parents, it can be employers, job titles, it can be credit union users. It can be people that live on a certain zip code, just like this. So, 85629 residents only. We have 49 vouchers for a 4-day, 3-night Costa Rica getaway available only to 85629 residents. All you have to do is get an obligation quote on your auto and home insurance. Special rates have been approved for your zip code. So if you guys know your agency is crushing it in a specific zip code in Texas and Arizona, whatever, this is probably a really good ad to run to your competitive zip codes to get some traffic generated from there. Any questions on the ad copy? I don't know why I put it in a French accent. That was weird. Yeah, Landon. I've been working with Landon one-on-one since yesterday, and he's a farmer's agent. So we strategized and we said, hey, you know what? Let's target our affinity groups and let's do an appreciation for teachers, appreciation for nurses, appreciation for police officers. I don't know if you have leads, Landon, let me know yet. We just put that up last night, but that was pretty cool. Got one nurse lead already, says Landon. That's awesome. That's awesome. So it's going to take off as it yeah, we'll put the ad in the chat box for sure. Let me put these ad copies in here and then we'll move on to the next one. While I'm doing that, anybody have any questions? And again, I'm not including any landing pages.
Frank, I just have a quick question about like the baseline. Like, say they sign up, they pay the $100, and they don't do any upgrades. Are they in like the basement with like leaky pipes dripping on their bed and stuff like that?
No, I mean? Yeah, no, that's a valid concern. So I'll take us back to the Incentive Biz right now. But these are, I think they start at 4-star hotels. The one in Mexico is a 4-star hotel. And I think the upgrade that they're referring to are things like having breakfast every day, including things to do around the city, upgrading to a suite. So it's not like you're putting them in a shack.
Like, for example, like Vegas, where are they staying on the Strip in Vegas, or is this somewhere?
Yeah, so I don't know. Let me see. The hotel's listed right here. Let's check it out. I'll send it to myself again.
I guess the other thing is, how many is it for 4 people? Like one room for like an adult and 2 kids, or?
Well, I'm assuming those are the things that
one to the mom and one to the dad, and then you get 2 rooms. You know what I mean? Like that sort of thing.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the type of thing that we would that probably going to be discussed with the hotel. We'll look at the terms and conditions and see what details we can get from that. So this says the Westgate Las Vegas. Is that on the Strip? That's not on the Strip? Okay. So it says Westgate Las Vegas is a 4-star hotel. Let's see if we can get any details on here. Room info. So 400 square foot room with space up to 4 guests, 37-inch plasma TV, high-speed internet, room video. Oh, there's no room video. Here's some room photos.
If you're familiar with Vegas, the Westgate does have the monorail station. It is right off the strip. I was in Vegas and I did the whole monorail thing because I was there by myself on a Friday afternoon. So it's not terrible, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, it is right here. Look at the monorail. That's right. Yeah. So yeah, it's not terrible. And again, they're not going to give a voucher to freaking
Suite, the Rain Man Suite, right? On the MD.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, they won't do that, but I mean, here's the point: is this is like an upsell for them too, where they get people into the hotel, they get people on the phone, and they make money on the back end. But again, our what we're using this for is for bait up front to offer our services in exchange for the opportunity. Like everyone has the opportunity; they just have to pay for the city tax and go through the process. That's all it comes down to. So you guys can send yourselves these vouchers and check out the details on the room to feel better about what you're doing for your customers or your prospects. All right, so I think that covers that. Let's talk about using the vacations to. Let's talk about using the vacations for incentives to schedule appointments. So I made a very simple landing page, and this is something that you guys can do too. So we have it right here where it says, hey, this is at the point they've gone through the funnel already. This could be just for a normal ad. If you guys don't like the incentive biz, you guys don't want to run it. This could be just for a normal ad where you offer an incentive to get a quote scheduled. So and we'll say for a limited time, book a quote review with us over the phone, and we will grant you a voucher for a 4-night stay in Las Vegas on us. Once we speak to you, we will get the information to send your voucher, limited to 21 vouchers on a first come, first served basis. So you guys can make this a lot nicer. But again, this is just an incentive to get people to schedule book calls with you or your team. So you guys saw some screenshots of what I put on Monday. One of the agents using this method had 8 appointments coming into the office on Monday for quote reviews that we generated on Facebook. And those were just normal insurance ads, not offering the incentive, but we put the incentive in the place of, hey, schedule your quote review and we can give you a voucher if you schedule your review. Questions on this?
I just have a quick question, not necessarily on this, but we can have it in the survey where we ask them where they'd like to go, right? Like it doesn't have to be Vegas, or it doesn't have to. We can just say it's like a 4-night getaway. You pick Cancun, Costa Rica, Vegas, whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. My only concern with that would be if, I don't know if they might get either confused or disgruntled if on the ad copy we're asking or we're letting them know, hey, we got these different options, and as long as you get a quote, you can choose. So we might have to lead with one, and then on the survey we can say, hey, you have these options. Let us know which one you want to go with. And I would totally make it contingent upon, we have to have a serious conversation about your insurance, and then we can get the voucher out to you. Joseph, do you mention the city tax? No, absolutely. So the voucher, you have to let them know about the city tax. That's a bad taste if you don't. Wade, you gave me your email. I'm assuming you want a free vacation, huh, buddy? Just kidding, man. I'll send something out to you so you can check it out. So for those of you running automations, for you independent agencies that have connecting your systems to a bunch of APIs and whatnot, I know IncentiveBiz has an open API, so you can do a lot of different stuff with that. You guys can actually run different email campaigns to your Facebook leads, getting them to call you guys or getting them to schedule a call with you like this. It's proven already. We have, confirmed 8 appointments based off, I don't know how many he got yesterday, but based off of this offer right here, 8 appointments on getting a quote review with your team. For those of you guys that still cold call, if you still cold call, that's okay. But if you guys have telemarketers, this is just an incentive you can throw in there to do a live transfer to an agent and get a quote going. Hey, we want to review your insurance. Absolutely free. If you get a quote with us today, we give you a free voucher to a trip to Vegas. Is that okay with you? And you guys can use this in a cold call as well. So there's just tons and tons and tons and tons of things that you guys can do with this. Again, for customer agency giveaways, like we talked about in the email, the email scripts that we talked about. I think it was 2 weeks ago, where you guys are giving away a gift card or tickets to the zoo. You guys can run a customer agency giveaway for referrals, for multi-line quotes, for live quotes. There's just so much that you guys can do with this and get creative. So the last thing I'm going to do, I showed you guys the voucher example. I'll go into the resources that you have with Incentive Biz to use in terms of marketing material and all that other stuff. So let's look at some videos, and I'll show you one or two so you guys can check these out. You guys can put these on your ads. So if you look at let's do the insurance in Orlando, Vegas. I'm sorry, it says Orlando, Vegas. I'm confused. All right, so this is one video you can download, and then you can upload this to a Facebook ad, but check this out real quick. So you guys see right here, it says get a free 3-night vacation to Orlando or Las Vegas with your no obligation insurance quote. This video, Tommy Pie, is in Incentive Biz under resources. So if you go to resources, you go to videos, they offer all of these different resources that you can use in your funnels to get people through the funnel, if that makes sense. Yeah, so Ricky, like if, for example, Ricky, you're in Oregon, if they want to drive out to Vegas, that's going to be a pretty long drive, right? So they would need to cover the cost of their flights. Again, the incentive only covers the stay at the hotel. And then again, you got a bunch of different stuff here that you guys can go through. I'm going to give you guys, you know what, let's do this now. For those of you that are on this call, we have 57 people. I'm going to put my login to Incentive Biz because I love you guys this much. And you guys can log in and start using it. Just don't tell Incentive Biz. They'll probably ban me from the system if they know. Do you guys want it or not? Or you guys can pay for it on your own. Just kidding, guys. All right, let me give you the URL. Who's going to use this? Again, it's not for everybody, but it's another way that you guys can drive in traffic. If you don't feel comfortable, it is what it is. But this is just another outlet that you guys can use. Yeah, Doug, send yourself one. I'm going to do one for Vegas. I'm going to try and go out to the All-State event going on in Las Vegas next week and see if we can use that voucher. So there's the Incentive Biz right there. That's the URL. Username is going to be my email address for agents.com. Now, be aware if you guys are sending out these vouchers, it is going to say that it's coming from Insurely LLC. So if you guys want the most customized experience possible, you guys want to sign up for your own account. And then my password is going to be this. So there are your login credentials to Incentive Biz. So only the 57 of you out of the 400 members we have in Tribe right now have access to this. So congratulations. And I'm not going to put this in the group. It's only available on the recording and in the chat bar. So you guys are more than welcome to use this. I have a few more things to go through and then we'll knock it out and we're all set to go. It's the last thing. So remember that a voucher system, if you guys market this correctly, it's a marketing cycle. So the cycle begins with the scarcity, the bait, the upfront offer for said voucher, right? Front end offer on social media, customer base, right? Events, offering quotes for getaways. So not only is this a digital thing of advertising, you guys can also do live events. You guys can do community events. There's a ton you can do with this. Then it turns into a quote for a trip, right? Quote is required for a getaway. What's up, man? For more excitement, more attentiveness. So people want to engage with you because they're excited about this. We want to constantly wave the offer in their face if you guys can't get in contact with people. I mean, how easy is it to say, hey, you applied for a Vegas trip, but you haven't responded to us. Do you still want this? Right? It's super easy to do. And then trips for referrals. So whether or not they buy from you, offer incentives for referrals, offer incentives for current customers to refer business for getaways. And it's a never ending cycle. So they get in because of the offer. The quote is because of the offer, and you offer another offer. Let's use another word. You offer an incentive for referrals, and the voucher system is a continuous over and over and over cycle that you guys can leverage for your agency and for prospects on Facebook. So that's pretty much all I got for the for Incentive Biz and the offers and the voucher system. Do you guys have questions on anything? Yeah, I mean, and Nate's totally correct. He's saying look at Incentive Biz's position on what they're doing. They don't want to offer a base product that sucks. They're trying to. They have corporations, they have timeshare companies, they have insurance agents, they have all these people giving out these vouchers. And if they hear negative experiences, the last thing they want is to lose subscribers to their system and the ability to make money. So they're going to make it as best as possible. Tamara, yes. So again, you send out as many trips as you possibly want to anybody. Like you could give yourself one, you can give your husband one, you can give your kids one. Like it's unlimited. Again, how they make money is that city tax is the way they put it, and then the upgrades and you getting out there. There's no presentations. The last thing I'll go over is the terms and conditions, so you guys can see incentive terms, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So as an example, let's go to this Orlando Vegas one, right? So there are no timeshare presentations required to use this vacation certificate or any other hoops you will need to jump through to redeem. Simply call us with your preferred travel dates after activation. Our staff is available 24/7. So you guys can go through the rest of these, but this is essentially telling you after you pay for it, the vacation is yours. You cannot sell it. It's void if you resell it to another name. You have to be a U.S. or a Canadian resident in order to claim. Here, this answers the question that you guys were asking about. Only one certificate per household and a resort. Well, the resort will only honor one certificate per family. So I think that answered Nate's question where, you can't give it one to the mom, one to the dad, and have them get two rooms in Vegas, right? So it has to be one voucher per family, so we can't game it that way. Or a group of people. Unfortunately, only one party can use a complimentary certificate if more than one room is booked on the same dates. Travel dates have to be complete within 18 months. All reservations require a minimum 30 days advance notice to book. So you can't book the vacation this month. It has to be a month in advance. The recipient of this certificate will receive 4 days 3-night luxury hotel accommodation room rate free of charge, which is valued up to $195 per night. However, they are responsible for the expenses, including but not limited to airfare, like we talked about, transfers, food and beverages, gratuities, resort fees, so on and so forth. So again, you guys are covering the cost of the stay. You're not covering transportation. You're not covering food. You're not covering, like in Vegas, they have resort fees. They charge like $30 a night sometimes in order to stay at a resort in Vegas. So all of that stuff is not included in the stay. So make sure that you guys are letting them know, or you guys can email out these terms and conditions to your voucher recipients.
Hey, I had a quick question.
Yeah.
Are you putting like a terms and conditions link in the ad where they can click on it and read based off?
Absolutely. Yeah. So on top of the terms and conditions that we're doing in terms of like the contact rules and the terms of opting into the quote, you guys definitely want to go here and copy the terms and conditions for the voucher giveaways and put that in your terms and condition link. What you guys want to do is you guys want to create a link. I don't have it here, but just create a separate page with the terms and conditions. You guys can put a link on the bottom of your lead page and just link it to that URL. And that way you guys have the terms and conditions on your lead pages. You guys can do the same thing on a lead form. If you create a lead page with your terms and conditions, all you got to do is copy and paste, and you could put that URL in the lead form for the terms and conditions. Again, you could send it out in an email. Just make sure they're aware of it. Make sure your team talks about it, that, hey, we're just covering the cost of your stay. Anything else that is going to cost you money to be there, like your food, your transportation, all that is going to be covered by you. Where do you click to see the details of the actual hotel? So you got to send yourself a voucher, Lance. Let me see if Incentive Biz has it. Eric, you could copy and paste those. Yeah, Thomas, for sure. The terms and conditions, you guys can set up an active campaign, auto response, and you guys can definitely have those terms and conditions go out automatically. What is this? Bulk create vacation incentives. Oh, so you can send this to a list of people. And these are some incentives that we've already sent out. Oh, I guess you guys are sending some out already. Nice job. These are, so don't change my password if you guys are using my account. Just let me know if you guys have to change anything, if it flags you. These are some pictures you guys can use on Facebook or on your landing pages. So tons of resources you guys can use. Any other questions, guys? I think we're up on time. We got about 7 minutes. John, there's no cost to the voucher for your client other than the city tax. So average about $20 a night. So if it's a 3-day stay, a 3-night stay, it's going to be about 50 to 60 bucks that they have to pay before they can book. The cost for you to have the service customized to your agency is $37 a month. You guys can use the Tribe account if you guys want to use that without paying anything. Yeah, Ricky, I'm going to be out of vouchers by the end of the call, bro. They're going to ban me. Yeah, you just don't want me getting the boot. If it happens, oh well. Let's see what else. Any other questions, guys? Yeah, Steve, you're totally right. If you guys are going to use these, don't just don't just put them on an ad and say, hey, we're giving something away. Come up with a strategy. Be specific, like we were talking about. Target parents, target affinities. Like this week is what? Teacher Appreciation Week, am I right? Or is it Nurse Appreciation Week? There's a ton of things you guys can do there for teachers. It's both. So if I was you guys, I would light up some funnels right now for some teachers and for some nurses. And because the offer is so good, you guys probably only need to put a very basic form together. Obviously, look at your state laws. Make sure that you guys cannot pay for the flights, for anything else. Jason just put the link to everyone's state laws in the chat bar, so make sure you're being compliant there, and make sure that checks out. If there's not anything else, guys, that's pretty much it on vacation incentives. Next week, stay tuned. We are going to review the life insurance strategy, some new copy, and then some disqualification strategies to get death benefits only. We're running this strategy with someone in Texas right now, and the past 13 leads have been death benefits over $150,000 requested. And the reason that I did not exclude it at the beginning, I wanted to see the difference between what people were requesting in terms of, I want benefits in terms of disability, or I can't work, or I get hurt, or I want benefits. I want benefits for death. And I was pulling up the graph, and let me see if I can find it for you guys really quick. And quickly realized that about half of the respondents on the life insurance funnels were wanting some sort of disability, right? So what we started doing is we started disqualifying. They're not told they're disqualified. They're just forwarded to a landing page with some life insurance stuff on there, trying to convince them to opt into a term policy. But for those that want death benefits, that's a term life policy. You guys can do a lot with that if you got some good salespeople, right? So if we dive into the data on life insurance, and we'll get really deep next week, you guys can see 6% male, 93% females. Just night and day there. I don't even know if it's worth targeting men for something like this. And then if you look at we have data on the height. 66% of women in Texas in this funnel are between 5'1" and 5'5". And then this is what we were talking about, tobacco. 65% said no, 34% said yes. And then this is what we were talking about. So I'm interested in income protection in the event of, so as you guys can see here, the ad copy drives people to think about some sort of disability, right? But we only want those people that are interested in the death benefit. So out of 46 entries, only 17 of those are interested in a death benefit. So it's about 37, 40-ish% of the prospects coming through. So essentially what's happening is the cost per lead on this when we weren't excluding was about 70 cents. Now that we're excluding the past 4 days, the cost has, I think it's tripled. So we're at about $2 a lead because we're disqualifying. But that's $2 a lead for someone who's interested in a death benefit. Why wouldn't you pay that, right? So next week, we'll review exactly how to do it, what the funnel looks like. We'll go over some ad copy. So stay tuned for that. If you guys have questions, let me know. And then we will go from there, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Everyone have a good rest of your week. And we will see you guys on Thursday for the funnel review. Peace out, guys.